The purpose of this video is to give you an overview of Rome, the results-oriented methodical experimentation approach that is sweeping Silicon Valley. The executive suites in Silicon Valley are using this to do factual, strategic planning. But the beauty of this method is that the same techniques can be used in your personal life. So, you master Rome, you practice in your personal life, you actually perform better in your professional life. That's a great deal. Now, this method is made for knowledge workers. So most methods out here are derived from the manufacturing era, right? But this is for knowledge workers. This is today's method. So I want to give you the basics of it, and we'll do some future videos and go more in depth, but I just want to give you an overview in this session. Now, the basics. I have some goals. Goals, by definition, are a future desired state. That's where I'm going to get to. But right now, I'm in my current state. Reality is over here, and it's a lot different from where I want to be in the future. There's a gap. That gap is a problem I need to overcome. Now, as soon as I think about the goal, I think about the problem, you automatically produce assumptions. Assumptions are the beliefs that we have about how to approach the goal. This is your strategy. Now, if you go about implementing your strategy and you realize you're not making it, well, inevitably, this means that some of your assumptions, which represent your approach to getting to the strategy, to getting to the goal, some of them have to be incorrect. So it's your job to root those incorrect pieces out. You methodically go through, you test out the assumptions, experiment period after period to figure out which ones are false, and replace them with more factual pieces of information, more factual beliefs that will actually lead you to your strategy. And this is how you accomplish your goal. Now, this sounds simple. Why don't we just do this naturally? Well, the problem is that it's really hard for you to recognize that the assumptions that you have aren't true. They're your beliefs, and you believe in things that you think are true. Furthermore, if you work in an organization, lots of times if you bring up that there's some belief, there's something about this strategy that someone's produced that is not going to work, you get mad. They get mad at you. You get retribution. It's not a pretty sight. There was a study done, and it's out of MIT Sloan Review. I think it's called The Crisis of Silence. And in that study, they found that 1 out of every 7 people, they'll speak up about it. But most people, 6 out of 7, if they notice something that's incorrect about a strategy, they don't say a word because they don't want the retribution that comes with it. So we did lots of work with different organizations, and what we figured out is that we couldn't talk people into doing the right thing. What we had to do is embed assumption challenging into the methodology, into the way of working for that organization. And as soon as we did, what we found out is that all these non-factual pieces that were basis for the strategy, they would get uncovered quickly, and the organization would be able to pivot, change directions quickly, and avoid failure to meet their goals, automatically making them a success. So what we want to do in Rome is challenge those beliefs, and we do it on a period by period basis. We do it in a methodical manner. You experiment, and you take the output of the experiment as evidence, and you use that evidence to convince everyone that you work with Hey, here's our new facts. Here's our belief system. Let's get our buy in and all go forward on this basis. Now we're aligned, right? People think that just having a goal, a common goal, will bring alignment to an organization. It's not true. That's just table stakes. If you really want to get aligned, there's that old phrase, the devil is in the details. It's the assumptions that underlie the goal that we need to agree on. And in order for me to change my beliefs, I need data, I need facts to go from. So this is what Rome was all about. Change the beliefs, and your beliefs drive your decisions. You change your decisions, and that determines what behaviors you exhibit. The behaviors you exhibit, the actions that you take, that's what drives the results. So you change the beliefs, you change the results. This is how you meet your goals. This is how we're doing it. Now, we want to keep this video somewhat short, so we're going to end it here. Please like the video. Go ahead, put in comments about things that you want to hear more about, and we'll produce some subsequent videos to explain those things, and we'll keep these coming to you.